Greetings. In this video, we will learn how to on off multiple LEDs using breadboard, Arduino circuit and Arduino programming. So first of all, we will talk about Arduino programming, and then we are going to plug or insert our LEDs into breadboard and breadboard into our circuit, and then we are going to upload our programming into our circuit, and in last we are going to perform our outputs. So welcome to basic to advanced language. I'm M Shafiq, so let's get started. Alright guys, so now we are going to talk about our Arduino programming. So like we said, we can on off multiple LEDs. So we have taken 4 LEDs, so it is up to you. You can take more than 4 LEDs to on off. So for 4 of them LEDs, we should declare and initialize variables, or directly you can insert them. So like how, let's see. So int because these are the digitals. So for digital we do declare and initialize variables. Int means integer types. So I'm saying that pin number 1 means for LED number 1. LED number 1 is equal to, in which number of pin, it is up to you. There are 16 pins, whichever you want to insert you can. So I'm saying number 13. So pin number 1 is equal to 30 number of pin. So int pin number 2 is equal to 10 number of variable, and also int pin number third one, that is equal, that is assigned 7 number of pin, and int pin number fourth one means now what are these that means LED number 1, LED number 2, LED number 3 third one, and LED number fourth one. We are going to means we are declaring and initialize number of pins, means in which number of pin we are going to insert their positive. So over fourth one we are going to take for third number of pin. So in void setup we have a function that is serial dot begin. In our previous video we already have talked why do we use serial dot begin function. So it function checks that the data is available or not, and in it we do use baud rate. So baud rate is the sending and receiving of the means the data of speed. So I'm using over here just like 9600. In our upcoming projects and tasks we will see we will change our baud rate speed. So now how many pins we have, so how many, so over here now we are going to use pin mode. So in pin mode over here we do use two parametric types. Number one is variable, and another thing is just like input or output, what you want. We want over here we want output. So pin number 1, that is our variable. So what we want output. So just like that output. So like I said, you can directly what if I'm saying that I'm not using variable. If you are not using variable, you can directly use the pin number, but we have declared and initialized our pins, so we would like to use that variables. So which is that is pin number 1. So for saving our time we are going to copy it and pasting it how many times, 3. Sorry for that. Alright, so now just we have to change our we have to change our variables. So that is our pin number third one. Alright, so we have done it. So now let's move to our void loop. So already we have talked about our void loop, why do we use it, and in our void loop function. So like we have used serial dot begin. So for that we should have a condition. So in if condition we have what, serial dot available function. So you may ask why we do use it. So we use it also checks that in condition it will check that the data, so is the data is available or not. Alright, so over here just like we have two commands, on and off. So for that, just like now we are going to use if condition within condition or nested condition, we can say. So now, like, our commands are in like character types. So for a character type, we do use string data type or string type, you can say. In string type, like our according to our previous video, we had used just like command variable. So we are going to declare an initialize command, what a function. In it, we are going to declare and initialize a function. So that is just like what, just like serial dot read string and what until. And now until in it, we are just using a space, single quotation, backslash n for new line. Alright, so now we should have the condition. If in condition of condition, if our command is equal to on, it is up to you if you want to use small letters or capital letters. I'm using capital letters and saying that what, how many pins we had, means how many LEDs we have. We have 4 LEDs. So I'm saying that LED number 1, on LED number 1, in what, in it, what we have 2 statements, just like 2 more statements we have, just like serial dot print to print, and also how we are going to communicate through serial monitor. We are going to communicate. So now, what is serial monitor? It is means on serial monitor we do communicate with our Arduino circuit. And now we have just like what, so now we have a statement just like once our LED number 1 is on or high, then what should be printed on our serial monitor, just like LED 1 is turned on, so like that we do use. So over here, so we also have just like what, digital write, digital, or here will be capital digital write, just like for output purpose we do write digital write. And what if we are taking input, then we should use digital read. So pin number 1 over here, we have to give the pin, the variable. So this is just for our pin number 1. Okay guys, so pin number 1, what we want, it must be high or to start glowing. Alright, so now this is just for our on. Once if we want to on our LED number 1, so there must we have an statement just like LED 1 is turned on, and now we should use LED 1. So what if we want to off our LED? So what we have to do, we should have another just like condition on and off. So now we will use else if. So what, in else if of condition, if our command is equal to off, now off what, LED number 1. So if we want to off our LED number 1, so in statement same just like this, we are copying it for saving our time. I've copied it and going to paste it over here. Just what our LED number 1 is off, and over here that must be low, same like that. Now once again for saving our time, so these kind of statements we should have. So this is just for number 1 LED. So for one, just for LED number 1, this is the code. So now we have 3 LEDs. So number 1, just now I have to change the LED number 2 over here, also LED number 2. And what was the LED number 1, LED number 2 off pin, there was 2. And just what we have to do, that is of LED number 2, just for saving our time. If you are not understanding that, so I'm also going to put the coding, the whole code in my description. So in first you should write it, and step by step you should learn it. So now what we should have the statement just like number 2, there is our variable is also 2. So once again I'm copying and pasting it. So now if our command is just like on our LED number 3, and also which was our pin variable, there was number 3, here it is. So it is very simple, like this we can write it, just we are saving our time. I hope there is not any kind of mistake. So just for number 4th, so now we want on our LED number 4, and also we should have the statement LED number 4 is turned on, and over here we have also pin number 4, just like that. We are going to use also LED number 4 is on, and also this one we should have the on. So now let's save it and compile it. Are there any kind of errors? Or there are not. So as you can see, there are not. So now just we have to change just one thing. Over here we have to give else if, because else if we have to use over here. So I'm once again copying it. So once we have to use if, and then if we have two conditions, then we how many times it is up to you. You can use else if. And what if you have three conditions, then you have to use like if else if, like that. So this is number 1, and over here, like I said, I have to use paste it, and here we go. So now we are going to upload our programming into the Arduino circuit, and also let's compile it. Are there any kind of errors or aren't there? So now we are going to plug and insert our LEDs into breadboard, and breadboard into our Arduino circuit. So now let's go to insert our LED. So this is, let's suppose like we saw our pin number 1 was 12 number. So in 12 number we are connecting this one. So how to, so in first you have to know which is ground. So our right one is ground and left one is positive. So which is our ground? That is our ground. So like this I'm going to use. I hope that is not away. I hope that is clear for you. And I'm taking it also over here. As you saw in our short videos, that was a little different. LEDs. So what? This is our LED number 1, number 2, and number 3. So this is our LED number 3. So now we are going to insert our LED number 4th one. So now let's move to connect our ground. So which is our ground? Here it is. It is our ground number of pin. So we are inserting it over here. So now what does that mean? Means these all are ground. These all are ground. Straightly you can use it like this. So pin number 4th one was number 3rd. So where is our 3rd one? So here it is. We have connected it in 4. Sorry for that. So here it is our 4th one. I hope you can clearly see that. And also it is like this. So these wires are just for our pin numbers. I hope that you can clearly see it. Alright, so this is our 3rd one. So 3rd pin third one was number 7. So which is our 7? Here it is. Which is number 0, 1, 2, 3. So now which is our 13 one? One is connected in 10 number of pin. So finally we have done it, and now let's move to upload our program into our Arduino circuit. And now we are going to upload our Arduino programming into our Arduino circuit. That is almost done. Uploading. Right, so now we are going to perform our outputs. So now I want to on my LED number 1. So that is just a little change, maybe over here we have. Alright, so as you can see, this is our LED number 1. Now I want to on my LED number second one. So I think just over here we have. Now let's move to our LED number third one. Now on also my LED number fourth one. So like that you can connect your LED. So now I'm going to off my LED, whichever you want to on and off your LEDs, it is up to you. I want to off my LED number 1. So that is it. And also now I want to off my LED number second one. Just sequentially I'm going to perform it. Second one is off. Now I also want to off my LED number third one. So as you can see that off our LED number fourth one. So that is all.